A lot of you have been telling me that my voice reminds you of Chappell Roan, and thank you so much. I take that as a huge compliment. What I think is happening is you're hearing the vocal flips that I do, which Chappell also uses in her stylings. So I thought it would be fun to take you on a little tour. A tour down what I will call the Hall of Vocal Flips. So grab yourself a cup of whimsy and follow along. Okay, let's start at the beginning. What's a vocal flip? It's what I'm doing right here. So to simplify, it's when you sort of switch between your chest and your head voice really quickly. It started out as something I was quite insecure about because I grew up in choir and taking voice lessons, mostly singing classical or musical theater. So I was told this is not proper technique, or this just doesn't belong in these spaces where I was mostly singing. It happened because I was trying to find my mixed voice. That happy medium between the belt and your head voice. Eventually I started to see the vocal flip happening on purpose in certain songs and in certain genres. And this opened up a whole new world for me. So our first stop on this tour of vocal flips brings us to the Wall of Permission. First up, we have Patsy Cline. Of course. Incredible, absolute powerhouse of a singer who's the epitome of vocal control. Not only does she have an incredible belt and mixed voice, but she also incorporates these really lovely vocal flips and stylings tastefully and intentionally throughout her catalog. The song that I got introduced to first was Crazy. What in the world did I do? Or do? Oh, crazy. Hearing how strong of a vocalist she was, but also how intentionally she added this little like flip feature, made me realize this is something that is a tool, is a technique that has a place, and I'm not gonna throw it away. And I'm gonna find a spot to put it. Next up, Kristen Chenoweth in the original Wicked Broadway cast recording, her song Popular. Popular, you're gonna be popular, popular, popular. How satisfying is that? So satisfying. This was really exciting to me because this got introduced to me in like late middle school, early high school. This was around the time that I was really starting to build my interest in musical theater and performing in musical theater. So hearing the vocal flip inside a musical theater song felt like a rule was being broken that was really exciting. Next up, we have Jillian Welch and Alison Krauss, the song I'll Fly Away from the Oh Brother, Where Art Thou soundtrack. I really loved this whole soundtrack. It was something I really loved to sing along to. But this song specifically, I think, is a great example of the vocal flip coming in a really like easy, light, and natural way. In this song in particular, it's not really like, it's not forced, it's not super emphasized, it's just easy breezy. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away in the morning. I think I'm even overdoing it compared to what she did on this album, but easy breezy. So that concludes the Wall of Permission. I'm at this point in my life, I'm feeling like, okay, yes, I'm in this sort of classical and musical theater world, but also there's a huge world of vocal stylings out there, and I'll find my place and I'll find my way. Next up on our tour is the Wall of Catharsis. These three artists that I'm about to go into are monumental when it comes to the vocal flip as a way to be free and free themselves of this weight and of this pain. First up on the Wall of Catharsis is Jewel. Jewel is an artist who has been incredibly influential to me, not only as a singer, but as a songwriter, especially in my early songwriting days when I mostly played guitar and sung by myself. Her song, Who Will Save Your Soul, has a perfect example of a vocal flip that's so cathartic and really about this sense of letting this deep pain out. She sings, "Who will save your souls if you won't save your own?" And that save really punches in this this deep desperation of the stakes at hand for not taking care of saving your soul, because nobody's coming to save you. And I just have been so moved by her ability to be so emotionally present and philosophical at the same time in her songwriting and in her vocal performance. Next up, we have the Cranberries, who are an Irish band, really popular in the 90s. They use something called Irish keening. Irish keening is a traditional vocalized form of lament for the dead. Rooted in Gaelic tradition, professional or familial women, known as keening women, would lead a raw, rhythmic combination of wailing, crying, and improvised chanting at wakes to help communities process grief and guide the soul. The Cranberries have a song called Dreams, where this keening can be heard really prominently in the bridge section and in an outro. I'm going to do my best. And so there's this vocal flip that happens in it. I think it's related to that natural thing that happens when we cry or when we sob. Our voice kind of flips, and I think this is so beautiful and powerful, and just a really great example of how cathartic singing can be, not only for the people who are singing it, who are doing the singing, but who are also listening to the singing. And then finally, at the top, I have Alanis Morissette. Her album Jagged Little Pill is the epitome of catharsis and release. I know I've said catharsis 1,000 times in this video. The way that she throws her voice around like she's throwing away her cares, and like she's trying to just express and make space for these huge feelings of anger and frustration and rage. And the song that I've chosen for the Wall of Catharsis is You Learn. There's like a couple moments where she does her vocal flip. One is I recommend getting your heart traveled on. There's that. But then there's this bigger moment later. You cry, you learn, you lose, you learn. That's such a huge moment of release. Like, not only the lyrics, you live and you learn and you cry and you learn. We do all these things and we learn, and it's painful and we gotta let it out. So all of these artists on the Wall of Catharsis really cemented in the beauty and the power and the necessity of the vocal flip in singing. The deep feeling connection that I have with this kind of styling will always be with me in whatever I do as a vocalist. It's something that I love and I so deeply connect with. Thus concludes the tour of the Hall of Vocal Flips. It's been a delight to share how this thing that I used to be really insecure about with my voice has turned into something that is a cherished and loved staple of my vocal stylings. So I hope you feel inspired to sing your heart out. I believe that singing is about feeling and expressing feeling, not just about runs and riffs and impressing people. So I thank you for watching this, and it's been a pleasure to take you on the tour of my palace. Until next time.